Wicked witches. It's the spring equinox, and check out how awesome my t-shirt is. Da, da, da. Sassy since birth. It's the spring equinox, and I've got COVID, so I'm not allowed to go out into the real world. Not that this world's real anyway, but I'm not allowed out into the world. But I've got a garden, which during lockdown 2020 I was in a first floor flat with no garden, so I didn't have the ability to go outside. And that's when I started making these videos, almost exactly 2 years ago. Is that right? 2 years? Yeah, 2 years ago. And so much has changed in that time. I am currently working on and working with just being, which is a massive revolution for me. I've always been extremely driven and ambitious, and oh my god, so like I'd say ambition was pretty much my main thing. It's something that's been gone for quite a while now, so it's kind of an old paradigm, but I just absolutely knew I was going to be famous. Like, it wasn't, you know, like when you hear people, celebrity like Lady Gaga or someone on the radio, just like I just always knew that I was going to be something. That's why I was here, and literally how I felt, and I was always incredibly lucky, and I was continuously getting lucky breaks, and no one who knew me had any doubt that I was, you know, everyone thought I was going to be famous. So there was also kind of a pressure there with it as well, because it was just like, it's just a given. It was literally a given as far as myself and all who knew me was concerned. It was just like, that's what I was going to do. And it wasn't really like specifically how, like as an actress or a writer, and my kind of intentional dream was that once famous I would then do good in the world. And so the process that I've gone through in my life, like turning 30 was a massive deal for me. I felt really bad turning 30 because I realised that I wasn't the ingenue that I thought I was going to be. I wasn't going to be the next Scarlett Johansson or Jennifer Winterston. Like, that it wasn't happening. It hadn't happened. And so I found turning 30 really hard. Turning 40 was an absolute breeze because I'd had a decade of being okay with the fact that I was now old. I know that and 40 is not even old. Like, I went through that, oh my god, I'm old at 30 because my career was so age dependent, you know, in terms of what I thought it was going to be, which is great. I hate, my 30s were awful. I had a horrible, I failed at being a famous actress, and then I was like, alright, well, I'll fucking have kids then, and then failed at that. And at 35, mid-30s, was in a call centre doing IVF, plotting my death every day, all day long. That's all I did, was plan how I was going to kill myself, for about 7 years. That happened. And then yeah, basically from 28 to 35 I was suicidal and depressed, and just felt like I'd absolutely failed. Then 35 to 42 was bloody awesome, and it's just been the best. That was such a good 7-year chapter. I really enjoyed those 7 years. I see my life in 7-year chapters. I write a book every 7 years. I wrote my first one when I was 28, called The Girl Who Ruled the World, because I thought I was going to rule the world. and thought I was going to be a famous actress. And then 35 wrote Never Worn, which is the wake-up call and realisation that I'd failed at everything. And then 42, Meaning of Life, which is... the book that I'm writing at the moment it's called Walking with Autumn, and it's both the pilgrimages. It's the story of both the pilgrimages. The lines as tattooed on my arm, which I don't think I can get the angle right to show you. No, but it's there. The lines tattooed on my arm, both of the lines, because they go together. The story goes together. It's the story of my personal journey and freedom from all that didn't serve me, and then my work giving back, which was to lead the pilgrimage to COP26, of which now I'm in a good place about. Oh god, that's been a massive journey, but I'm really so basically I that 7 years that I just went through was my awakening and unpeeling and owning of who I am, and my witchcraft and my magic and my power and my creativity. Everything that I ever dreamed of came true in those 7 years. I did become an actress and a theatre maker, and I did become a published author, but just none of it looked how I imagined it was going to look when I was imagining it in my 20s. And as soon as I stopped, it's like a postcard. You have a postcard hanging in front of your face of what you think success looks like, and behind it, like, you're walking around with this postcard there, and behind it there's a fucking rainbow and a waterfall with butterflies, and you're just completely ignoring it because it doesn't look like this postcard, which is of like a seaside resort in Hawaii or something. So you're just ignoring the fact that there's all this incredible magic right in front of you. My depression and just like hitting absolute rock bottom just tore that postcard away. And there was a moment, the moment when we did the last round of IVF and it didn't work, and I just said to the universe, okay, I'm not going to kill myself because I'm not going to do it to my mum. I wouldn't do that to my mum. Literally, it was the only thing that kept me alive. I mean, I also love and care my brother and people as well, but it was my mum that was just like, I couldn't let her feel like she'd failed as a mother when she's the best mum ever. So I couldn't do that to her. And so that moment of the last round of IVF, I was just like, okay, plan A didn't work, I'm not a famous actress. Plan B, I'm not a mother. Plan C is death, but I'm not going to do that. So I have nothing. I have nothing left. You're in charge, universe. You're in charge. And that was when I flew. And it's the fool's journey of stepping off the cliff into the unknown. It's that moment of like, okay, I'm stepping off into the unknown. I don't know what I'm doing now. You're in charge. And since then, life has been fucking awesome. And I highly recommend doing that. Oh, I'm starting to go behind the shade. I'm gonna have to move in a second. Anyway, I highly recommend trusting the unknown and trusting the process and trusting that the universe knows exactly what you're meant to be doing and has it all worked out and has great plans for you. And it's not, nothing for you to worry about. You just crack on. And I'm feeling more and more into that. And now at 43, so I've just finished I just completed a massive piece of work, which is probably, I'm starting to feel, it's not necessarily, who knows, leave it up to the universe, but it's the first year, this year is the first year that I haven't felt the need to do something. Like, it feels like the pilgrimage to COP was kind of the biggest thing I've ever done. And it was a massive thing. And I possibly won't ever do anything as big as that again. That's not necessarily true, but it might be. And suddenly, or just, I'm giving myself permission this year to not have anything big planned. I'm going to go do another pilgrimage walking the Michael and Mary line. I mean, me walking 500 miles now doesn't mean anything anymore. It's just what I do every year. I'm going to walk the Michael and Mary line again this year with some of the pilgrims, and we're going to perform George and the Dragon and just give ourselves over to Kairos time So we're not going to have it planned out. It's going to just be go with the flow. We're not going to plan where we're staying. We're going to just trust the universe and see if people will put us up and just float and enjoy our journey and just enjoy our time and try and be. It's an experiment to see how much we can just go with the flow and be with the universe and trust the universe. So that's an experiment which I'm really excited to do, but it doesn't feel like, it's not like a big, it's just doing things for the joy of doing it. And that's what I feel like. I don't feel not because I don't think there's lots to fight for. I think that there's everything to fight for. I also currently, and this is just where I'm at, I'm like, strap in, because the roller coasters, reach that kind of peak point, and we're gonna do the fast descent now. And yeah, sure, there's all to fight for and all to play for, but also, like, what will be will be. But if we're going to come out the other end, and those who are the positive forces in the world will triumph. Or it's not even a triumph, because it's never ending. You triumph for a bit, and then the bastards triumph for a bit, and then the nice people triumph for a bit, and then it's just a continuous dance. But we are descending into the dark right now, and who knows how long that will take and how dark it will go. There's no way of knowing. You just have to see. Feels like you just don't know. I mean, who knows? It could be the start of a massive series of wars. I'm pretty sure it is going to be fighting for resources and whatever happens with the planet, with how that deals with us. Fair enough, whatever she does. So for me, I feel like the offer that I have of hope is about being as tethered as one can possibly be, anchored, rooted, grounded, all of those things, and being the light and being joyful and being happy and being hope in that. So yeah, I mean, that's what feels right for me. I think it's awesome for those who are still fighting the good fight and have got things that they want to do and have that direction. That's not where I'm at right now, and it feels really powerful for me to not be that at the moment, because I always have been so driven, and right now I'm all about just being, and being neutral, and being a space for just being. I've never been this before. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit in the garden and enjoy being here. I'm gonna go for a 500-mile bimble and do a mama's play, and I'm gonna hold ceremonies and just follow my bliss. And yeah, so yeah, I'll keep sharing how that all unfolds. I realised that the reason why I haven't been doing so many videos is because Dizzle's been off work. He has January, February, March off work. January, February off work pretty much. And therefore I've not been on my own, so I haven't gone for walks on my own or like really had any opportunity on my own to make videos. But he's back at work now, so I will be beginning to make videos again. So this is the first one. So happy spring equinox. Today is very much about tuning into what is important to you, and what are you upgrading into. This is your upgrade day. So I'm upgrading into neutral mind and being, and it feels good, it feels powerful. So what are you going to upgrade into today? Happy spring. bye.